Hello, friends. Welcome back to episode 3 Burnt Cookies. All things Burning Man and beyond. So, this episode we're going to talk about two very important things, at least to me. One is lighting, and the other is transportation. Now, it's very dark out there. There's not a whole lot of light besides what we bring with us. But we bring a lot of lights, for Burning Man, as you can probably tell. But being part of Burning Man is walking around in the dark and lighting yourself up. So, personally, I'm not a big fan of flashy. I like phasing, and I like fun lights that change, and I like solid basic lights. So one of the best things I can recommend, and I always recommend carrying at least one on you just in case, and as you can see, these have made out to playa with me before. They're a little dusty in the box there, but just one of these simple little wire lights, and they're super bright, as you can see right here from the wire, but they separate into little lines, and you can wrap it around yourself, or you can do whatever you'd like to do. And these are a great option. And they come with little watch batteries already installed, and so they last most of the burn, usually 2 or 3 days at least, on that little watch battery. Now, regular batteries will last even longer, and the same type of deal. It's a little copper string or metal string essentially, with all these little light points on it. And ones like this are absolutely great. Little 6-foot ones, little 10-foot ones, whatever. You can wrap it around your stuff. You can sew it into the seam of your favorite vest or sweater. You can put it around your backpack straps and stick it to that. All those types of things are very, very useful. And so I highly recommend having at least a basic light on your front and on your back. Or at least wearing something like this, like around your neck or something along those lines, so that people from behind on their bikes can see you when they're coming up to you. Because people will be out there doing stuff on their bikes and cruising and getting around. That's what we'll talk about here when we talk about transportation a little bit. So, when you want to get a little more complex with your lighting, you can start building your own lights if you want to. I made this beautiful flower for Burning Man, and I absolutely love it, and it's very fun. It's got a little remote control, so I can make it do all kinds of fun things. And what I love about this is I can turn the speed up or the speed down. So let me turn the speed down. See? So it's not so blinky flashy in your face. You can turn the speed way down if I want to even, and pause it. But I like it nice and slow and simple like this, or even a little bit like that is okay. But I don't like the it gets me a little bit amped up. So I recommend, if you're going to do flashy, slow flashy, and I highly recommend building something fun like this that you can engage people with. This is not only a visual experience, it's an olfactory experience because it smells lovely, just like a rose. And people really like engaging with it. So lights like that are great. Also, this is an amazing one that one of my partners got me a few years back. Thank you so much, Ashara. And I really love this guy. So, and he's got his own little remote too, somewhere hiding out in here. I don't know. The remote. Oh, the remote went traveling through the hood. There it is. Okay. So, this one I love. And bam. It's my little unicorn of light. And you can see it from the front and from the back, obviously. It's got a little horn that lights up even. And again, I got a nice little remote control that I can stash inside the hood or utilize while I'm out and about to make it do different fun things. And it has a speed setting. That's what I love about it. See, if I want to go faster, I can make it go faster, but I like it nice and slow so that it's not all up in your face. I also love how it frames my face in without putting light on other people's faces if they don't want it. That's always a really nice thing for your lighting, if you're thinking about it and utilizing those levels of lightingness. Also, another one that I love is photography lighting. So this is just a simple rechargeable photography light. And I mean, you turn this guy on, he's super duper bright, but he also has a fun setting that he can do different colors. He has 12 levels of different brightness, so he's not super duper bright all the time. You can put him on a little tripod and just set him in the corner of your camping area or wherever you're hanging out and chatting, or in your camp, social area, or whatever. And you have a nice ambient light over in the corner that provides fun little changey light. And it's rechargeable. They last for days and days and days. And yeah, they're kind of an awesome option. So that's more advanced for lighting if you ever want to go that route. But simple lights such as these, necessity. So light your shit up. And then also think about lighting up where you're going to be camping. All right, people are going to be driving through the same areas. People are going to be parking their cars. People are going to be riding their bikes around those areas. It's a good idea to light your stuff up. Even a perimeter, a little simple perimeter, can keep someone from driving over one of your stakes or driving through some of your tent poles that are supporting your, canopy or whatever. So think about those kinds of things. Also, lighting up guy lines are awesome. Those little lines that come from your tents that everyone trips over when they're walking to their tent, lighting those up, super dope. Just a gang of these little guys, you turn them on at night, you turn them off in the morning, you wrap them around the lines. They got a little teeny battery, nothing to worry about. It's a great way to go. So, that's lighting. Take care of your lighting, light your shit up, don't be a dark wad, and light up your bike if you get a chance to, because bike lit up and person lit up means no crashy. It's a good thing. So, the next subject is one of my favorite subjects on playa. It's kind of a controversial subject, but it's also the most necessary subject of all the subjects. Transportation. All right, Black Rock City's not small. It's 80,000 people. It's 1.5 miles across. Okay, about 3/4 of a mile tip to tail, 1.5 miles across. So, yeah, it's a long way. Be prepared. A lot of people ride bikes. Bikes are probably the most common mode of transportation in Black Rock City. There'll also be bike repair shops that if you blow a tire, if you lose a screw, if something like that happens and you have a pretty common bike or a basic bike, most likely a bike repair shop is going to be able to take care of that for you. Literally no problem. Well, some beautiful naked woman serves you iced latte or something, if you're lucky. Or it could just be a bike repair shop that takes care of you. But, obviously, like I said, there's no money on playa. So you just bring it to one of the many bike repair shops and they're like, yeah, we can fix that. Or no, you're fucked. So bikes are the best way. You can get a regular bike. I highly recommend getting a bike that's more of a cruiser type bike. I highly recommend having caliper type squeezy brakes rather than disc brakes. Just from my own experience, because there's just that much more that can go wrong with disc brakes. The caliper squeezy type brakes are very easy to fix and replace and do whatever you need to do with it, adjust. I e-bike. So I'm one of those people that some people hate and other people love, because I'm always willing to go get ice and I'm always willing to help out with my e-bike. And I actually don't go super fast on my e-bike. My e-bike has 5 levels and I never go above level 2 or 3. So normally 1 is plenty. You're just cruising at like 5 to 7 miles an hour, and that's perfect, and that's all you need. And I prefer to keep pedaling because I don't need to just throttle everywhere that I'm going. So e-bikes are an option. Bikes are an option. Your feetsies are an option. people walk everywhere. I prefer to walk a lot of the time. You engage with more things when you walk. You get to meet more people, and you aren't just zipping by stuff on your bike. Your bike is great if you want to go somewhere, or if you're getting somewhere at a specific time, or you're trying to do something, or staying with your group or whatever, and you're all going to one place. Otherwise, walk. It's awesome. It's a great way to do it. And when you're walking, you have an option when you meet people like me who build art cars. So I build a giant art car out on Playa. It's a 65 person art car. It's called Polaris. It's huge and beautiful. And we drive it around and have a great time. Now, we don't usually have 65 people with us from our camp. So we're more than happy to take on others and let them ride on our art car. Now, there are certain things you need to realize when you're on an art car. All right. This art car may not be going where you're going. Art cars are not taxis. You cannot be like, hey, take me to 430 and B. I mean, maybe if it's like a little teeny one and they're really, really, really fucking cool. But they're not taxis. They're going to go where they're going to go, and they're going to take you for an amazing ride and an adventure, and they're going to probably offer you fun things along the way. And you're there for that. If you're not there for that, if you're trying to get somewhere really fast, if you're doing something specific like that, ride your bike. Because art cars don't do that. They can't go over the 5-mile speed limit anyway. Like, they can't really get you anywhere fast. Like, some of them go a little faster when they're out on Playa, but you can get in trouble for it. So enjoy art cars. Have a great time, but don't expect them to take your bike. It's very hard to get a bike on an art car and or off an art car a lot of the time. So if you can, lock your bike up and go with the art car, and then hoof your ass back to your bike when the art car lets you go. So that's one thing that usually happens. Art cars usually go out one path and come back the same path. So if you're on that path, sometimes they're cool with dropping you off at where they picked you up. You need to be cool with not getting dropped off where you got picked up, because you never know where the art car is going. They could be going somewhere for the entire day and into the night, and not be going back where you were till 3 in the morning or whatever, and they picked you up at noon. So don't depend on an art car to bring you back to where you came from, but some really cool ones will. Otherwise, it's awesome to get to know neighboring camps that have art cars, especially smaller art cars. It's really, really fun to go check stuff out on smaller art cars that are like 6, 8, 10 people, because you actually get to like go where you're trying to go. Like when you're with a giant art car like ours, if you're not rolling, people are going to be asking to get on, and that's totally fine and totally cool, but it's a lot. If you're in a small art car and there's only 6 spots, only 6 people in the ride, so seven person can't ask to get on. So it's kind of nice and fun like that too, and different. Also, never jump on a moving art car. I'm saying this again. Never jump on a moving art car. I see this all the time, and it's stupid. Art cars will stop for you to get on. Walk alongside of it. Enjoy, chat with the people. Ask if there's even space to get on. But never jump on a moving art car. That's how people get crushed. That's how people get pinned in between things. That's how all kinds of really bad things happen. Art cars move, and then they stop, and then they party. And then they move, and then they stop, and then they party. When stopped or when partying, is okay to get on an art car. Never get on an art car when it's moving. You can mess your stuff up, and they will not be happy with you. They will probably kick you off. So just be aware of that. One other little tidbit is I like to make my own clothes for Black Rock City, since we don't advertise anything. That's decommodification, and I just find stuff that I like to stick on t-shirts and enjoy it. So that's transportation and lighting. Thank you guys for coming and checking this out, and I hope you have an awesome day and a magical burn.